Hey everybody, we are going live. We're going to give it some time for people to join. It's what we do. We are here with the Sunday Live. Happy Easter for those who celebrate. Happy Easter. Um, my music tab ain't working. I don't know. Let me see if I can make something appear. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi signal. Maybe we're just lucky to be live at this point. Ah. That might be the bigger problem. I don't know why it's not showing like at all. Like, I don't know. All right. Just give us a few minutes. My Wi Fi signal is not the best. So, y'all just going to have to bear with us while we give a few folks to give some time to join. And, Bud, bring me your phone. Okay, thank you. Go get out of the screen. What are you doing? You tripping? You don't have a social media presence, sir. He tried to put his face in here. Okay, let me just try to do something real quick.
I don't know. I'm still showing it, but maybe
It could be. It could be something on my end. Don't.
You got me going on here about to find out. Like I'm literally on here trying to figure it out.
I don't know. It just could be maybe location based.
I'm about to go. Oh no, I still see mine on mine.
It excludes. This is why it excludes. It excludes PR and other U.S. territories. That's why it's not showing on my end. I was like, oh my gosh, are the rumors true? I thought for a second that they were. I was like, that's gonna suck. Um, so I say, hey, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for anyone who is joining us. We are back for our Sunday Live. Happy Easter for anyone who is joining us this Easter Sunday. I suspect that it might be a bit quiet for us because it is Easter Sunday, but it just could be like we always do. We say we're going to come on live every Sunday, and here we are. But as usual, you can catch this on the YouTube as we will make it public after we go live today. So just look for the one that says no, sorry, I almost said November, April 20th. Just go to the live section. So, I mean, there's been some rumors hopping around about the talk that has made us a little bit sad because, but hey, it's rumors, so it's just a rumor. But the person that's kind of shared it was not an alarmist, and they don't typically share things like that. So we were like, maybe it's true. But we're hearing some rumors about the talk going dark because they don't like what's happening, which really made us sad because, we love the TikTok tea. And we have found some gems this week.
I hate that we cannot go live there. Like, why can't we go live there?
I don't know. They won't let us be great on the talk.
What is the problem?
I don't know. Yeah.
But yes, we definitely girl, we gonna talk about it.
All right.
The workplace. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Workplace romances.
Girl. Which is fine.
As long as
let's try that.
but also as long as there's no company policy against it. Now, this is not our topic. We are really going to get into the engagement swindler. However,
Yes.
we would be remiss to not talk about this video here. It is a gem.
Girl.
A gem. Anyone under the age of 18, you should promptly exit at this point because this is for adults only. So this video.
Can you hear my front door?
Yes, I can.
I'm trying to figure out how, because this is supposed to be on
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. So this is kind of a gem of a video that it's so scandalous. So if you're under the age of 18, make your exit now. This is for adults only. Get ready. Because the tea is piping hot.
Saw some things I didn't like. I went through your phone last night. It's killing me, killing me, killing me out. All I can see is you and her in different scenarios. Beyonce on my stereo, resentment on repeat. I'ma make a bowl of cereal with a teaspoon of bleach. Serve it to you like, here you go, nigga, bon appetit. Look, do you give it to her raw? You love her or not? You risk your home for hope.
Now here's why this video is such a gem, because like so many things when it comes to TikTok, it moves really, really fast, and the TikTok detectives can do a lot of work very, very quickly. And according to the TikTok rumor mill, this gentleman is married, and this is a workplace romance, and she is likely married too. Allegedly. All allegedly. Piping hot tea.
So I'm gonna be honest. When I initially got the video, when you sent it to me, I didn't get it at first, right? I was like, what's going on here? And then I was watching and listening to the music, and I was like, oh,
Scandalous.
this is. Oh, that's what they're doing on the rooftop on their lunch break in somebody's car. Girl,
In Charlotte.
That man could have got you a room, honey. Y'all could have got a room somewhere. I mean, let me shut up. Let me be quiet. I was about to say, listen.
That's how you know they were doing something dirty, because if you can't go to each other's houses, or either that, or maybe they like just doing it out in the open in daylight on the rooftop.
Wait a minute.
Maybe.
Wait a minute. Just hold on.
Wouldn't catch me with my butt hanging out.
Her butt wasn't hanging out, in her defense. All her business is out, but her butt was not hanging out.
She is letting it all hang out, not physically, but proverbially.
Girl.
So if you guys just missed that video that we played, it is a video that we went viral on TikTok, and it's South End Eyes. You go check it out for yourselves, and of course, this will be visible on YouTube. And it's one of the things that we, of course, love about the TikTok tea in TikTok is a TikTok tea, because it gets juicy. And I have said this before, sometimes it's better than a Lifetime TV movie, better than Netflix, because that is what brought us to the engagement swindler.
Girl. Are we gonna show a clip of that?
I'm gonna show a few clips. Yes.
Okay. Because I know what he's regretting right now. Hopefully you'll show that one. But let's see. Are you gonna show the bended knee?
Okay. Here's the engagement swindler. Like this. Now, I think we might have been a little bit behind, or maybe it's now starting to make its way viral, because the woman that we've been watching, she has a 52-part series about her experience with a guy Caleb, also known as. Can you do it?
Girl, I apologize. I'm in here trying to find my darn charger
Go darker
before
than your
I
love.
be gone. You be on there by yourself. Be like, where you go?
The engagement swindler in 30 minutes.
The disappearing co-host.
um, but we first caught wind of it with a TikToker by the name of Millie, also known as Camille, and we was trying to find it, but we finally found it, and I think it's starting to go viral now. Because it's been on for about a month, and this is how we are starting to catch wind of it because there's an update. And I can't post it here because I got limited windows that I can share. So you got to bear with me. But let's get into it. Let's show the video.
I miss the update?
I was laying on that couch. I was like, he has responded. It's total BS. The man has responded, but let's do it. Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's just go ahead with.
Hey,
Y'all
yo,
ready?
I'm
Come
here
on.
to tell you, if
Can
you saw
somebody
that
send me that
viral video
response
of that light-skinned nigga with them fake-ass dreads proposing to his lady at the Tyler, the Creator concert in Atlanta, yeah, that nigga still married. He been married for years. If anybody know that lady that he's proposed...
This video is for the young woman who just got engaged at the Tyler, the Creator concert in Atlanta, Georgia. And I did try to warn her however I could, because at the time I didn't even know who she was. And especially this last month, it's been really heavy on my heart. I've been thinking about her often because I'm so scared and worried about her. And when someone warned me about him, I was 5 months pregnant. And I just couldn't, like, it was too much. So I would reach out to her directly, but I know what happened when someone directly reached out to me. And so this isn't the way that I would like for it to be done, but I feel like this is the only way to stop him. And he was talking to her while he was still with me. I know that for a fact. So this next part will be the start of my story of what happened to me when I met him, and the 2.5 years that I was with him. So this is the engagement swindler. And just to all the women out there who've ever been in an abusive relationship, just know that you can get out of it. You can. Like, even if you went so far down the rabbit hole and you're just like not even feeling like you can get out, like, you can. Even if you have nothing, like, you can escape and you can restart your life, because that's what I basically had to do. So thank you for everyone that will be watching this, and this is just to warn people, because this is the era of unveiling predators and helping just people in general, so that way you don't get caught up and have your life completely ruined.
I promise you that's not an evil laugh. And that's not even the beginning. Because this all started with this video here that ultimately went viral from a concert. Tyler, the Creator. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really know who that is. Sorry. I'm an old fogey. It is what it is. But it all started from this video right here.
I know the man in this video, and when I met him, he told me his name was Caleb.
I didn't catch the whole video,
2.5 years
I think,
later,
maybe.
I find out that he has at least 6 kids by many different women, and I ended up being number 7. So I will be putting together a series of videos of my experience with him and how I took my power back.
That little engagement video that we saw in the video, let me try to find a better one. I think I can find a better one. I'm almost positive. So if you hear some stuff in the background, bear with me, because I'm pretty sure there's a better video of it where it actually shows her reaction.
Girl.
Try to get it quick.
I'm stuck.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
I think this is
Okay.
all right. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, here you go. Any day now. There we go.
I know the man in this video, and when
I can't
met
find
him,
it. I'm sorry, guys. Just it is what it is. But this fellow right here, he has come forward, and we're gonna play that video right here. But so Byron has entered the chat at this point. But this man right here is still married, but somehow is finding his way to go ahead and propose to somebody when he's already married.
Oh, not just proposed to somebody. Oh, he had quite a few people think they was getting down that aisle with him.
Yes, he did. And here's the full cast.
Oh, bro.
I'm not even sure it's the full cast. Please know the cartoon characters they represent a woman in the series of things.
That was somewhere in there. Allegedly.
Allegedly. And I put them in order as far as I can piece it all together. But this is the cast.
Well, you know what? I say ain't none of them other wives say nothing. Have you heard anything from the other wives?
Not yet. I have not.
No.
Now I came across one person. I just don't know how she fits into it. And I didn't want to post it up here and not really know where she goes. So I said I'm just gonna go roll with it.
I mean, at this point, I mean, it looks like a collage, a pretty full collage. So I think you could have put her in there somewhere.
Yeah. And you guys should know that this whole series here is this man here, allegedly, this is 25 years worth of behaviors. 25 years worth of behaviors. And girl.
Because it's hard for me to comment on the third wife, because I never really sat down and watched the third wife. I never watched everything that she was saying. I'm going to be 100% honest. But Paige and Millie, right? So I feel like those particular stories have a similar pattern, I want to say. Girl, this was, I mean, I know he thought he was really doing something extravagant and over the top when he proposed to this woman at this event. But I know I believe if he had to do it all over again, I'm speculating here, but after all of this has come out, I assume that he probably um wish he would have went a different route when it came to.
I'm not sure. But you guys, so if you, I'm not sure, but here's why. If you guys don't know this story, you've got to go to Millie here. So if you look, and I'll give you a full, you got to start with this one, this woman right here, I believe, because this is where the story really started, and this is what helped this on our radar. But I forgot where I was going with this. I ain't gonna lie. Please don't judge me.
Don't. You listen, you do not judge.
Oh, okay, the timeline. Okay. So I was like, what was I doing? All right. Sometimes it happens. Look, guys, I'm old. Okay. So the story starts with here, but it's not the real beginning of the story, because this here is Millie. And she was in a long-term relationship with this gentleman, thought that she was going to be able to build a life with him, to come to find out when she was about 7 months pregnant that he's already married. And what she finds out in that moment is not only is he already married, but he has been married twice before and has several children, and unbeknownst to her. And at the time of her finding this out, allegedly, you can go to her page and she'll say it for herself. Um, at the time, she was, 7 months pregnant with her miracle baby, and she just really didn't want to have anything to, she didn't want to put any stressors on her life in that moment to affect the life of her child. So she just kind of put it away. And at some point, throughout the course of the relationship, he was basically sponging off of her like a sponge. He drained her savings to the fact that when she finally left him, she had nothing, like nothing, despite, having one child together and then another child that they were both taking care of. And I think when she finally left him is when she is now being able to tell her story, and she's being able to collaborate with some of the other women in his life. And they're all saying the same thing. Now, yet he'll say something different, but you have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, at least 7 different women. Well, wait, 6 different women, because number 7 probably, according to the comments, number 7, which is the one he's currently engaged to, which would be impossible, but okay. She's kind of in that denial stage of the relationship where whatever, no judgment. It's a process. Okay, ma'am. So we're not judging you. It's just a matter. It is a process when it comes to dealing with someone who is a narcissist, because they're really good at what they do. And after 25 years, he's only gotten better in it. And I think that's why she's not really, leaving. But
I feel like that's what they do. They get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't judge. There was some parts. As we were tuning in, that I was kind of like, girl, what is you thinking? But then I try not to judge her either, because I've been fooled and manipulated before. Now, not when it came to my money now.
But he was good because he wasn't paying a dime despite being a veteran with VA benefits. So he was getting a VA benefit allegedly. He wasn't contributing to the household. He's driving Mercedes cars that she's on her dime, like all of these things. He was good. He was really good. And then, he has had, like, if you watch her story, he has had a pattern over the years of when he's ready to make his exit off of one relationship, he's already in the other one. and he's just kind of waiting until all the places are put into all the puzzle pieces are into place. Because before her, it was this beautiful woman who he was also engaged to. Funny.
Girl,
Still married though, engaged.
child.
Now I don't have any of her videos, but I mean she's gorgeous, and we watched it, and
Mhm.
she goes on to sharing that like during her process of that engagement, it was smooth. She had no problems. But then he breaks up with her 2 weeks before their wedding while her father's in the hospital, driving her out.
Um,
Driving the Audi, hers.
um, I feel sorry for the women. Um, I think, and we've had this discussion before, right? With other situations where sometimes it's easier for us to see things than maybe somebody else, especially somebody that's in it. You know, it's easy for people to look on and see things really clearly versus the person that's in it. And that's why even the young lady that is his current fiance, right? Allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
um, she probably not gonna see it. But for some reason, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, you know, for some reason, and I really don't really know what it is, but some women feel like, you know, he not gonna do that to me. Some women feel like, that's what he did to you, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. They have this I'm the special one type of mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he cheated on his wife with you. We don't even have to talk about this one. We can actually talk about the couple that we first showed on the rooftop, right? So if he, ma'am, if he would do that to his wife, right? Why do you feel like you're special and that he won't do that to you? Like, and that's what I see a lot of times. Like you don't get it? No? Oh, poor thing. And it's a part of you feels a little bad, like, wow. But then the other part of you is like, really? Well,
Of course he gonna do it to you. Duh.
you know, surprise, surprise, you think? But I don't know. I feel like I don't know what that is. Like,
Mhm,
um, we should not do that to ourselves.
mhm.
Because then at the end of the day, when you find out you was not that damn special, what does that do for your self-esteem exactly?
Mhm.
Honey, you was
Absolutely.
just, you know, girl,
Absolutely. And if
all
you
right.
if there's ever a case study of if you're sitting here thinking to yourself like, "Hey, he ain't gonna do it to me," let this be an example of he absolutely will. How many women here? 7 women, and they're suspected more. Okay? And out of all of these stories, I really like I did take some time and I watched some of Samantha's videos, and out of all of these experiences, she has had it I think the worst because he won't release her from their marriage, and she says she's tried. Now I don't know all those details, and the way that she tells it is a little bit different from Millie. It's not as detailed, but I also think that because there's an active court case, that might be why she has to be careful in what she's saying. But I think hers was the most horrifying because basically she took her daughter there for a visit. He never brought her back. So remember when we were watching it, we were like, well, why is this young girl with him now? And it's
Mhm.
because he just never brought her home. She was in California for with family and she was excited about it. So they're like, okay, you're gonna spend some time with your father. And she's like, well, we got to fly early in the morning. When are you gonna drive her? When are you gonna bring her back? And he never did. He called her up and said, I'm not bringing her back. And if you
And he
call the
can legally
police,
do that. He can legally do that because they are married.
yes,
Because they are married, she can legally do that. And that might be part of the reason why he won't give her the divorce. Because once it's a divorce, it's a custody agreement. But I would go get my kid. I'd be like, what you gonna do?
he won't give her access to her child. And she's basically accusing him of using their child as a pawn to get other women, if you can believe that mess. But here is the Samantha, who is the current wife. And there's something you said when we first started watching this. What was it about his preference?
He definitely has a type.
He does. At least 3 of these women look like the same person, but just
Different shades.
yes.
All right. All beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just
Absolutely.
different, different pigments.
Pretty much.
They all look kind of similar.
I'm gonna get rid of some of these tabs because I can't. I don't have access to my mouse here. But I think it's really sad that someone like this can operate over a course of so many years. He's left these women with no furniture in the house. He has bled their bank account bone ass dry. And we reserve judgment we don't provide judgment because really it's not our place. But there were moments for sure when we were like, you still didn't see that as a red flag?
Girl, when we both looked at each other, it was something that she said, and both of us was like,
what?
looking at each other like,
yeah.
That would have been.
Was it the Mercedes? Wait, they traded in the 2 cars for the Mercedes that he was supposed to pitch in for, which he never did. Was it the Mercedes?
I can't remember. It was so much stuff in there, so I was like, girl, but again, I know of a situation where I feel like they know how to choose who they feel they can pull those strings with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Paige, for example, and it's just my personal opinion, right? He couldn't get over on her like I think he was trying to, maybe as much, because I feel like when she started questioning stuff, and when I think about it, Millie too, when she started questioning stuff, you start asking too many damn questions and they start getting really bothered. That's a red flag. That is definitely a sign. And they want to pick someone else now. They want to pick someone else that they can manipulate, someone that is not figuring things out, that are not connecting dots. Once you start connecting dots, it seems like once you start connecting dots on his ass, that's when he's like, oh, let me find another dot. I'm gonna move on. I think that's what it was. I think as he starts to show himself and as they start to grow and start to realize, hey, yo, something ain't right here. This is not sitting well with me. This is not cool. That's when he bounces. That's when he finds another target. He's what do they call them? Energy vampires. On to the next.
Oh yeah.
Like on to the next. Yeah, and I feel bad. I feel bad for each and every one of them, regardless of how I feel like some things. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still feel bad because I think I'm not gonna say most women. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to make it. I don't want to put a blanket statement on such, on that. But these cases right here, I feel like they were genuinely looking for their person. They was genuinely looking for that fairy tale, that rest of your life situation, and he was portraying that, and very well, might I add. And not to mention, he was very easy on the eyes. I think I joked about that shit. I was like, yo, that nigga might have would have got me. But he would have messed up when he started talking about that money. That's when we would have messed up. Honey, it's like, oh really? He might have would have got it. He is nice looking, right?
Very, very. I can't even deny it.
Honey.
Very easy on the eyes. Yep.
That's right up on me, child.
But rumor has it, his fancy dreads ain't really his.
I ain't got nothing else to say on eyes.
So for the men's who be trying to get on women who wear weaves, go ahead and get on Byron here. Go ahead and get on Byron.
Yeah, I've seen them videos. They be having them damn toupees hooked up. I be like,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
yeah.
Whatever's gonna make you feel good.
Do what you want. Don't judge me. Except him. I judge him. Because
Absolutely.
I feel like that's ugly. And now, didn't he have to have, wait a minute.
Mm.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't he married to two different women at the same time and had to get one annulled because he never divorced Samantha?
Yep.
Right?
It wasn't Samantha. So the first wife, who has yet to come forward.
Oh, it wasn't even Samantha.
She's the third wife. So between the first wife and the second wife, that second marriage, there was an overlap. Like, he likes to overlap, apparently.
We see.
But there was an overlap, and they had to get it annulled because you can't marry someone who's already married, and polygamy is not a thing in this country. It's actually illegal. Now, some states may be relaxed in what's considered a felony, but most states aren't. There's only one state that's kind of relaxed for that rule, but it is still a felony.
My thing is, and I say this all the time. If you want to have multiple wives or multiple relationships, that's fine if that's your thing. But everybody have to be included on it. Everybody have to be okay with it. You can't just be out here playing with people. You're gonna play with the wrong one. Honey, stop it.
But he is a narcissist, and they know how to target the right person. And from what Millie here says, and I closed out her picture, but from what Millie says, he, like, because they went to therapy as a family and individual therapy, he was actually full on diagnosed as a narcissist and having the, what is it, disorder, whatever that is. Sorry. He was diagnosed with it, but they weren't clear on what level of the narcissistic personality disorder he was, because there's a certain percentage that can be rehabbed, and then there's a certain percentage that cannot. And for all the naysayers who might say that, oh, that's not a real thing, it clearly is a thing because people operate this way. Now, there's people who may have narcissistic tendencies, which I have experienced, but there's people that actually have the disorder.
I think, okay, it's narcissistic personality disorder, or are we talking about a different one? That's it?
That one.
That's
Yeah.
it? Okay. I was scared to look it up because, sometimes I can't be, I speak English is my first language, and sometimes I be looking at shit, be like, how you say that?
I couldn't even remember the dang word. I'm like, what is it? But officially diagnosed with it, which is, it's just sad, but I don't know what goes into that disorder, but according to Samantha, the current wife, the third current wife, she says that, his whole family's that way, even down to his mother. So like Millie's experience of the mother doesn't really tell the tale of of Samantha's experience with the mother. She said it runs in the family, is what she said. Funny how that works.
Go figure.
According to her, though, allegedly. Not as her experience.
Surprise.
But through all of these women that you're seeing on this page, and there's more sprinkled in, we just don't have a full timeline. He did the same thing over and over, entered into the relationship. He love bombed them to kind of get a hold of them very quickly. He tried to retain a grasp on them by having children with them. And then he just sponges off of them until they can't take it anymore and they whatever. But this is 25 years of the same crap.
And still going.
And still going.
I mean, we can always hope, right? We can always hope that this situation will be different. We can always hope those things. But considering the history and his pattern, I'm not real optimistic at all. And especially considering he was diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
And not just diagnosed to the point where, from my understanding, there's a percentage on whether he can actually progress and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the percentage is very low, right?
It's low.
It's not looking really good. So we can go to all the therapy we want to, but if you don't really want it, if you don't really see that it's a problem, then
I don't think there's any changing this man at this point. Like, a leopard doesn't change its spot like that. Saying was said for a reason. And I know like someone like that can, like I've seen a few narcissists in action, but not to this degree. I have heard third party, yes. But it's a strange thing to see because any non-narcissistic person would be like, what is this? Like, be confused about it.
girl, we'll have to talk about that another time. But I remember being in a situation where I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what the what?
Absolutely. And then when the thing that they talk about is alienation, how when he knew that Millie, for example, was getting sick of his stuff, he started talking crap about her to everybody.
And if don't nobody else understand you, Millie, I understand, girl.
He started like, doo, she's this, she's cheating, blah, blah, blah.
Right. And she was like, what? I get it, girl.
Like, that ain't true.
This bullshit. So much. But that's also, in my personal opinion, it's not just trying to make her reputation, but it's pulling her away from people that would have her back as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a red flag. When you've had friends in your circle for a very long time, and now all of a sudden, this person is kind of trying to change your mind or pull you away from those relationships. Mm-hmm. I've had that. I've had that straight up. Like, yeah, but
Yeah, and I haven't had that, but I've had someone who had narcissistic tendencies, and it would be like, I know you're lying, like I see the proof is right here.
girl.
But you're telling
Yes.
me it's really true. It's like, well, and she said it too. She said it too on her clips. Like, we all know the sky is blue, but this dude swearing is purple.
Right?
Like, it's a fact.
You fucking confused as hell. Girl, hold on. Where my little glasses at? I can't find my little glasses.
No, the sky is red. Right. That part.
Girl.
But I swore it was blue. I'm looking at it right now. It's blue. No, it's
Is it
not.
my
It's
blue?
purple.
Is it my blue screen? Yeah, I definitely feel like I have I can understand. I can understand. I can
Yeah,
see how
he's
um
charming. He's very
yes,
charming.
and another thing that she said too, that Millie said, that also resonated with me, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been there, is the body shaming, right? At first,
Oh, that
at
was
first, right? At first,
nasty.
girl, at first it's like you are perfect, you are done, at first, right? It's like they're making you feel real confident in who you are and your appearance and how you look, and then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a switch. And then if you start questioning,
Mm-hmm.
your
Like,
appearance,
and
you know?
she did say that, like, she's always been a thick woman, and she said that's not going to change, and I can definitely resonate, that I can identify with that. And that's what the site that he met her on was for a full-figured woman. So now he started talking about some of the women that he was encountering in the gym and how they were
Right.
all coming onto him.
They probably wasn't even talking to him. But then I look at them, they might have been. They might have.
Well, if you guys want a sense of how charming this fella is, because he was good looking. I mean, he's good looking. Oh, is this a video or just a picture?
Girl, I don't know.
Girl, I
But
lied. It's just a picture. But just look at
it's
him.
girl,
Easy
bet
on
your
the
eyelashes
eyes.
at her. Wait,
Not bad looking. He's easy on the eyes. You can't
you
even
can't
deny
have
it.
it. You can't have it all. We should have known something was messed up. You can't be that perfect. It's impossible. So
Good looking and the
you
best swindler in history.
would have had me be like, oh, brother, you so fine. But ask me for some money and see what happened. That would have been, oh,
No, we done.
it's over. Just that quick.
Now he did come with a comeback video, and I'm gonna share my screen, and you gonna watch it because I know this is the first time you're seeing it, because I literally saw it like about 30 minutes before we was prepping to come on here. It was like, can't wait to see what your thoughts are.
I'm ready. 'Cause they be good, honey. They think they good. They think they can outsmart people.
They
But
can't.
I know. I've seen it firsthand. Come on. Let's see what he got to say for himself.
He got, because he was in the comments of all of these ladies' posts, and he was talking.
What's going on, guys? This is my first official TikTok video, and probably my last. So I know a lot of you guys a couple weeks ago have seen me propose at the Tyler, the Creator concert to my beautiful fiance. She was shocked. She was surprised when we saw her in the video. She's like, oh. But if you saw that video, you also saw some negativity trying to get attached to it and steal her moment and steal our moment. So let's answer a couple questions. One, where have you been, Byron? Why haven't you said anything? Oh my God. We had a pre-planned trip for my 40th birthday, and to celebrate our engagement, pre-planned. Out of the country. Went to Japan. Had a phenomenal time. Side note, I think everybody should go to Japan. That's my favorite place. It's clean, it's beautiful, everyone's nice, it's peaceful.
Whatever.
Get a break from everything. Now, as
you
we're talking
pause?
about going out of the country,
Who paid for the trip?
Not him. I'm almost certain.
which is something I know for a fact you cannot do if you have 50, 11 kids and owe millions of dollars in child support. You cannot do it. You won't get one of these. You can't get
It's
one
true.
of these.
It's
To all
true.
my people,
Unless you already had one. Unless you already had one.
Or that doesn't even
You,
have to be his passport. He ain't show his picture. It could be anybody's passport. Just saying.
that part.
It's
Go
probably
ahead,
his
carry on.
girlfriends. Could be his
You know,
girlfriends.
pictures of y'all in Japan.
online,
Eh?
to my
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
brothers, you know, if you owe anything, it's a wrap. So I can't
It's true.
swindle my way into getting a passport. I can't swindle my way into getting out of the country. So I know there's a lot of sensationalized things out there, but take a second and really think. How did he do that? You can't. I don't have the complexion for the protection for that. I just don't. Now, speaking of kids, you guys gave me like 3, 4, 5 too many. That's okay. But I have my daughter here. I'm making this video mainly for her. This is a teenage girl. She's involved. Unfortunately, her picture's been popped up and all these other things have happened, but I'm going to keep it legal. There's been a court case going on for 2.5 years with myself and her mother. I like to say legal things and I like to keep it above board. So all I will say is my daughter is safe now. She is very happy. She is thriving and she's been with me for 2.5 years. Now, again, let me talk to my fellas. Can you swindle a court system and the government? I think that's impossible, especially looking like us. No matter what I say, if I do anything wrong, I'm underneath the jail. But my daughter's been with me for 2.5 years, thriving, happy, loving everything. I love being a parent. That's one thing I'll give with them. I love being a parent. I am a father. That's my favorite job in the whole world. I will see my son soon.
Cap, because
Right
you
now, I
haven't
have
seen
my
him
daughter.
yet.
I will definitely see my son very soon. There's kids involved in this, guys. Think about that. Think about what's going on with these kids. It's not just about me or whoever wants to be famous on TikTok by, are we on video 700 now? Who knows? What is the mission for this? What is the purpose? Is it to get famous and put my information out, my fiance's information out? Let's just dox up a bunch of stuff and say we were in a relationship. People end relationships. That's it. You're in a relationship, it doesn't work, it's done. It happens to all of us. Now, to my women, to my black women, you wanted to warn her, you wanted to tell her all these other things. We're fine, she's fine, we're happy, we're planning our wedding. But think about it.
How are you gonna get married if you're still married? Can someone explain this to me?
Was this
just
something you
curious.
actually wanted to do, or did you want to get famous?
I think he like to
Or
be. I
is it
think he
trauma
like a
bonding?
normal.
Why are these people saying the same thing? It's trauma bonding. It's not healing. It's my cousin went through this. I've gone through this. We need to get Byron. Byron's that guy. Whoever
You
hurt you,
are.
that's that guy. I pray for your healing.
Irene.
100%. And I'm being very
I'm
serious
sorry.
with this. I've gone through situations to where I had to heal from relationships, from the things that happened to me. I'm right there with you. Trust me. This isn't one of those situations. If it sounds crazy, like it's a Tyler Perry movie and it's scripted, I saw one comment that said, who has the time? I don't. I really don't. I'm taking time
Yes,
to
you're
make this
here.
video for the kids. Take a second. I know you guys are smarter than that. Don't take dramatization and all these other things and say, oh my God, it's sensational. Let me jump on it so I can get some money. I get it. You want to be a blogger. You want to jump out and do your thing. Have 10,000 followers yet. Let me monetize this stuff. Awesome. Do your thing. Not off the back of negativity. Not off the back of negativity. The karma comes around. Don't be on that side. I coach and I teach on healing and will continue to do so. That's another place I've been. I've been busy.
I'm sorry, with a certificate? Would you let anyone coach children with a certificate without a medical license? I don't know. Not me, just saying.
I have clients. I'm not going to respond and go back and forth with people. This is for my daughter. This is for my son. I'll see you soon. And it's something I learned in Japan too. Just having peace of mind. A lot of this stuff going back and forth, that's not that important. I'm here to let you know, not my side, there's people involved. My fiance and her family are involved. My family's involved. Doing too much. Go be famous on talent, on something else, not on the back of negativity. Try love. Try healing, not trauma bonding. Healing.
Try truth.
Really think about, why am I so mad?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to attack Byron? You don't even know me. There's people talking about, you met me in the mall. I'm not even in the country. I'm not even in the country. Take a second. I get it. You see something? I've been through that. My sister's been through that. It's painful. I get it. Trust me. I've been there. I also want to go heal. I didn't want to trauma bond with people. Think about why you're doing this. As they would say in Japan. Thank you very much.
His laugh is so effing fake. His laugh alone makes me want to hurl. Just saying. So that's his response video.
You know what? Remember how we was like, he's very easy on the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
right? After watching him and watching him talk, it made my ass hurt. I was like, you are not. I take it back.
Mm-hmm.
You are not. No. He's right. He's right. If you owe child support, you cannot get a passport. And you can't get your passport renewed. But if you already had a passport before, there's nothing they can do. It's not like they can come snatch it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You already have it. And then I take into consideration exactly what you said. You was like, hey, who says that's his? Can we see them receipts from where he said he was at?
Japan.
Can we see them Japan receipts?
I don't know. I mean, it is possible, but then he's so good at swindling all these people. How do you know, like, he didn't get one of these women to pay off his alleged $83,000 in back child support that he owed? Allegedly.
Girl.
And that's why they had a lien on a bank account, because they were like, we need that money.
$83,000.
Allegedly.
Girl.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get, I mean, he wasn't really spent. So allegedly he has a VA benefit. So you got some income, and you were working at some point. So you got some additional income, fine, whatever. But you haven't been contributing to any of the households that you've been a part of. So, I mean, I would guess that you to be able to afford paying that back child support, because you haven't been spending money on living expenses in how many years?
Okay.
That could be a thing. But he really, like, he seems charming, but then when you watch this video, you're like, you sound very fake. I could tell, like, his hands were shaking, and I was like, you're lying about some things. Now, what it is, I don't know. But I felt like him saying, well, kids are involved, and it's between about my son. I'm like, you haven't seen him. You haven't seen him in 2 years, and you suddenly talking, I'm gonna see him soon.
Allegedly, let's say allegedly, he hadn't seen him in 2 years. We don't know.
Or a year and a half, whatever the time frame. It don't even matter. So, but we, with narcissists, if it's not on their terms, they don't want anything to do with it. So that's what he's doing.
And they have to blame somebody else. I've been a victim of that, right? Mm-hmm. So it's got to be somebody else's fault, but you can never acknowledge you and your part, because not his situation specifically, but when it comes to visitation, the court tries their best to make sure that child has visitation and has the ability to build relationship with both parents. I'm sorry. Even when kids are taken from families, right? They still try to implement visitation, and that child possibly be returning back home. So for him to not see his kid and then say, "I'll see you soon," why are you not seeing your kid? And that's very frowned upon in a court system. You're not seeing your kid, and allegedly not seeing your kid, and allegedly not paying your child support.
Yeah.
But you in Japan.
Oh, but you got time, right? You got time for that. Oh, you got time to propose at concerts. You got time to be in Japan. I mean, people make time for the things they want to make time for, and that's okay. But
You
it's a
think
little different with
you
this.
think he's gonna make time for that divorce so he can actually really get?
That part, like, I don't. That's the part that confuses me the most because I'm like, you're already married. How are you going to marry someone else? I mean, I'm not saying that's going to prevent them from applying for a marriage license because it's not like they're checking all the states. Because there's like 3 different states in this whole scenario: Colorado, California, and then Georgia. So I don't think that there's a universal system, but come on, dude. If he does, I don't know. So I hope this time around, maybe you're behind or end up in jail because this is
He
not
said
cool.
he said he planning a wedding. Planning a wedding before you planning to see your kid.
Plan this divorce first. How about that?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
you
But
guys,
go
sorry.
ahead. Go
You know,
ahead. Go
we,
ahead. Go
we
ahead.
try to keep it for an hour, but we're running a little bit longer because it's just too juicy
And confusing.
and confusing. It'll be interesting to see if there's anyone else that's going to come forward. I find it hard to, I sit here and I think that I hope that young lady that she has a solid foundation in her circle where there will still be supportive of her and do not let him isolate her because that's what he'll do or has probably done already. But I hope that she has solid relationships so that way he can't. And then maybe this won't happen to her to the extent that it happened to these other ladies. Because he's got Samantha like by the ovaries and won't let her go.
But my thing is, I wonder, can Samantha use all of this that's going on right now to her benefit for this divorce? Because I know for a fact how social media can hurt you in a court of law.
Mm-hmm. I hope so because if you're right because they're in a custody battle and
They
you got
are.
all of the women saying XYZ about this guy,
Yeah.
like what is his
Yep.
chances going to look like now? Like he used Millie to get custody like of their daughter. He basically claimed that she was not being taken care of because of an incident that happened at school. And he used that opportunity to not bring her home and take that girl from her mother. And in any of the videos I've watched, I ain't never seen no picture of that of their daughter. I have not seen any pictures. So the fact that he's saying that, oh, I'm like, that sounds like BS.
Right. That's not. I haven't, especially not from Millie. Now I don't know about anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
but I know Millie made a she every video, even when his daughter would step in for the video, she always made sure to block that child or crop the child out. I can't remember what she did. Did she put something up so you really couldn't see
Mm-hmm. Like a little
the,
picture
the
over
little
her.
girl? Something she did, but I was like, nah, that's nonsense because she did not show that girl. And she was very, very respectful
A very
of that.
conscientious person.
Very,
100.
very. So for him to say that, I'm like, well, I don't know who he's talking about, but he can't say that about Millie. And I
Mm-mm.
didn't see, I didn't see the child on pages either. I didn't
Same
see.
or Samantha's. She did. Samantha posted a video, but she put a heart over. She put a heart over her face, so she wasn't
Right.
visible. That's something I would like. You know how I am. Even though I
Yeah.
think Deuce might have made an appearance. I'm like, wait a minute. In the beginning, I was like, oh crap, I might have to go in and cut that out. You know, I don't really believe in giving digital appearances at this age just yet. Hopefully it was quick. I gotta see. But this is interesting. So if you guys are on the talk, you've got to get on over and check out Miss Millie's page, because it is very, it's about 52 different 52 different videos. And then of course there was more to come behind it. And that's just her experience. But then you got Paige's experience, and then you got Samantha's experience, who she's still posting. Samantha's was a little bit, sorry, Paige's was short and sweet and funny.
It was.
Because she's a comedian. But it's better than a Lifetime movie, hands down. So you guys, if you're on TikTok, go ahead and check it out. We know it's Sunday, and we know it is Easter Sunday. So we appreciate anyone who has decided to join us for this episode or our live. You know, we promised that we would still go live despite the fact that season 3 has concluded. But just remember that we are working on a special project that we will bring more information on, which we're really excited about. Like, I think it's super important. So make sure you're following us on all of the pages, the tube, all the places. Make sure you're following us, because this special series is going to only be available on YouTube. And that's all we're going to say about it right now. So we just dropped the breadcrumb. Just follow the breadcrumb. Follow it.
Period.
Follow it to YouTube. Thank you for joining us on this Easter Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Easter. The Lord has risen.
Amen. Everybody have a good night.